Welcome to Discover Monday for Monday, July 20th for K through 2nd. Today we will be making a superhero cape out of an adult t-shirt, either size medium or large. So what you will need for this is a t-shirt with a plain back, like this, no print on the back. If you want to put some kind of symbol or something on the back, you'll need some felt. If you do that symbol, you will also want some fabric glue or hot glue, or my favorite, self-stick Velcro spots for fabric. That way you can remove the symbol or whatever before you launder it. Also, hot glue does not last really well through the washer, but whatever you have, you can use. So the first step we're going to do is lay out the shirt, and I'll explain as we go along. It would also help if you had fabric scissors. I did not bring my fabric scissors today. We're just going to use plain old scissors, and hopefully this will work. At some points during this video, I will have to, lay the shirt out really flat, and I'm not sure how that's going to record with my limited scope on this camera. So we'll just see, because this is the first time I'm making it too, so we're in this all together. So let's get started. Here's our t-shirt laid out all flat. The first thing we want to do is cut the sleeves off, and cut on the inside of the seam here so you don't have that bulky stuff left on your cape. So we'll just go ahead and do that real quick. So there's the one side off, and we'll do the same thing on the other. Hopefully you won't just be seeing my hands. You can tell what I'm doing here. The next part is where it's going to get a little tricky for you to see what I'm doing. I will move the camera back here. What we're going to do is go all the way up the side seam. So you go from the bottom hem all the way up to the bottom of the arm and take that off. This shirt does not have any stitching or any seams here, so this will be nice and smooth. You might have one that has stitching like the sleeves did, and if so, you want to be on the inside of that also. So I don't even have to trim anything off. I can simply go straight up the side. Make sure that it's laid out as flat as possible. Then I will just go straight up the side here, all the way up to where the armhole was. Then we will repeat that on the second side. Get it out as nice and smooth as possible. Try not to have my hands be the star of the show. I'll just do this. Possibly this will help. Just go straight up. And your scissors will actually smooth it out for you as you go up. There's that part. That actually wasn't too tricky to show. This is going to be the tricky part. Go ahead, lay the shirt out flat the entire way. Open it up, lay it out flat. What you will want to do is trim off this whole front part. You will keep the neckline and trim off this whole part. So let's go ahead, try to get that accomplished here. I'm going to come around this way. All right. So I'm trying to remember if I want this part or if I don't want this part. I think I do. I think I do want to keep this seam part here. I think. Well, we'll just try it and see. Okay. So I'm going to go on the front part of the shoulder seam. trim off the neck, below the neck. We want to keep the whole neck seam on there if we can. Sorry, my hand was probably in the way there. And I did not do that real smoothly. You can do it a lot more smoothly than that probably. Okay, so then this whole front part, just throw it off to the side. Don't need any more. So you basically have your cape done now, except you'll probably want to go from here down to where the sleeve was at the bottom, just so you have a nice kind of rounded and smoothed out arm. Well, it won't be an arm place, but it'll be it'll just be smoothing. So what we want to do is take this sharp corner off, is what I'm trying to spit out very unsuccessfully. Okay. So I'm actually going to go down to about halfway. No, I am. I'm going to go all the way down to here. I'm going to go from neckline all the way down to the bottom here in a straight line, just to smooth it out so we don't have any sharp corners on it. So let's do this. Let's just start here. And we're just going to go down to right there. So we now have a nice straight line down to the bottom of where the sleeve was. I will do that on the other side also. After you get both sides trimmed, and it's even, then your cape itself is all done. You've got the neck part, you've got your cape part. Now, if you want to embellish it in any way, you can take a piece of felt. I just happened to print off a lightning bolt because I figured that was pretty easy. So I will just put it onto the felt. I will trace it. I flipped it upside down so that when I take it off, the ink from the tracing won't show up. I'll just trace it real quick. Remember, trace means to draw around something. So get this all traced. Then we will cut it out and attach it, and then we will already be done. I am all about the simple crafts. You've probably figured that out this summer. If you decide you don't want to make a superhero cape, you can also use this pattern. And instead of having the long part in the back as a cape, you could spin it around, have the long part in the front, and you could use it as an apron, a child's apron instead, and then you could just put some strings on it to tie it. So this is pretty easy, simple, practical way to use up some of those old t-shirts you have lying around. We have so many t-shirts at our house. It's just, I just can't even explain to you how many we have. Going way, way, way back, they do. All right, so once we get this cut out, then we're going to attach it. I'm going to use the self-stick Velcro spots today. Again, if you use fabric glue, you're going to have to let it lie and dry because it won't be an instant bond. If you use hot glue with adult supervision, you will have an immediate bond, but hot glue does not last particularly well in the wash. So that's something to consider. So I'm going to go ahead and just fold this like this. So we've got, here's the top. Here's about the middle of my cape. I'm going to decide where I want my lightning bolt. I'm going to take my self-stick Velcro spots. And I'm going to put 2 sets on. I've got the sticky and the fuzzy. The fuzzy, this is always how I remember it. The fuzzy is always the receiver. So I'm going to make this really simple. I'm going to put my sets together like this. And I will go ahead and put both sets on the back so that the fuzzy one is going to be attached to the shirt. So I'm going to stick that there. Do another set, same way. These are really sticky, so they should last going through the wash because they are made for fabrics. And I did that backwards. Okay, let's try this again. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Got this. Got this. Want to stick them together. Stick it on so that the fuzzy side is on the shirt and the sticky side will be on the lightning bolt. And then go ahead and apply it. And then your superhero cape. Your superhero cape is all complete. Pretty simple, pretty fast, really economical, and you can make any kind of symbol you want. So that is your superhero cape out of an old t-shirt. So have fun with your cape, and I will see you next week. We will be doing something with t-shirt yarn, which we will be making in today's 3rd through 5th grade craft video. So if you want to watch that and get prepared for next week by making some t-shirt yarn, you can do that. So thanks, enjoy your cape, and I will see you next Monday, the 27th. Have a good week. Bye.